From NBA players sporting flashy sneakers to rappers rapping about how sneakers matter more than girlfriends, we agree that sneakers have become their own culture. Remember Nelly's Air Force One album released in 2002? Talk about music for sneakerheads, right? So how did sneakers come to take over popular culture, and why are sneakers today the new asset for the rich and poor? In this video, we'll find out the answers to these questions. In 2009, Kanye West collaborated with Louis Vuitton to design a collection of sneakers. One of the most sought-after designs from the collection was the Jasper, which had a bright pink sole, grey base, and a price tag just shy of $1,200. Fast forward to 2020, and a rare pair of Jaspers appeared on the second-hand market, commanding a staggering $30,000. This represents a 35-year return year over year for 11 straight years, making it an increasingly valuable asset. The sneaker market is known for its bizarre valuations, particularly for rare and limited edition sneakers. Sneakers have become the norm to sell for tens of thousands of dollars on the open resale market. Collectors and investors now see them as items of insane value. Alternative asset classes are a type of investment that is not typically considered a traditional asset class, like let's say stocks, bonds, or cash. Real estate and commodities are often considered alternative assets, but today alternative assets include Bitcoin, NFTs, and sneakers. Alternative assets can provide exposure to different market segments and access to unique investment opportunities. They are seen as a way to diversify a portfolio because they have low correlations on traditional assets. However, investing in alternative assets is not as straightforward as buying some on the S&P 500 on an app. Alternative assets come with their own challenges and risks. For example, owning a 1916 Babe Ruth baseball card valued at $700,000 may be worth a lot, but finding a buyer with that much money and a soft spot for Babe Ruth can be challenging. Luxury watches are one of the most popular alternative asset classes, and some may prefer investing in a painting rather than a watch. Steve Jobs once said, "There are sneakers that cost more than an iPod." Although Jobs passed away in 2011, this quote remains relevant today. A 256GB Apple iPod Touch currently retails for $399. On StockX's website, a men's size 13 of the exclusive 2016 Nike Mag Back to the Future sneaker sold this past January for $76,925. Sneakers have become an unregulated asset class, one that has offered better yields on returns than stocks or cryptocurrency, with Nike and Adidas as the top players in the market. No wonder many sneakerheads, a collector, traders, or admirers of a rare or limited sneakers have turned their hobby into a career. Hip-hop, consumerism, nostalgia, and Edward Benet's marketing all played a role in sneakers becoming an alternate asset class. Sneakers have become a cultural phenomenon, and their value continues to rise in the second-hand market. Despite the challenges and risks of investing in alternate assets, they offer unique opportunities for diversification and exposure to different markets. So, what's the deal with sneakers? Sneakers have a rich history that dates back to the late 18th century. However, it wasn't until the late 1800s that sneakers, as we know them today, began to emerge. In 1868, Charles Goodyear invented a machine that could vulcanize rubber, making it more durable and flexible. Then, in 1892, the US Rubber Company introduced the Keds, a canvas-top sneaker designed for sports like tennis. These were marketed as sneakers because their rubber soles allowed wearers to move quietly and sneak up on others. In the 1950s and 60s, sneakers became a symbol of nonconformity among rebellious teenagers, helping brands like Converse, Keds, and PF Flyers to grow their sales and brand recognition. In the 70s and 80s, sneakers began to be accepted as fashion pieces and not just exercise wear, thanks in no small part to the growing subcultures in the hip-hop and skateboarding scenes. This later yielded an entirely new and exciting subculture that has proven to be quite a compelling force: sneaker culture. But why didn't sneakers die out in the 80s? Why weren't they replaced with some new fashion trend? Well, in the 1980s, Nike introduced the iconic Air Jordans, which would later prove to be one of the most impactful commercial developments in the history of sports footwear and personal branding. Today, sneakers have become a cultural phenomenon, with certain styles and brands becoming associated with specific subcultures or movements. For example, Air Jordan sneakers are often associated with basketball culture, while Vans are popular among skateboarders and punk rockers. As the price of retail sneakers continues to climb, sneaker companies like Nike and Adidas are continuing to experiment with limited drops, collectibles, collaborations, and rare sneakers. With demand soaring higher and higher, there seems to be an endless appetite for rare sneakers, which has left some investors very encouraged. The US sneaker market is currently estimated to be worth $21 billion, while the overall global sneaker market is nearing $100 billion. Despite the global market being larger than that of the US alone, no one does resale markets like the Americans within the sneaker universe. The US resale market has an estimated value of $2 billion, almost 10% of the US sneaker market, and 1/3 of the global resale market valued at $6 billion. This big business has led to the birth of complementary sneaker markets, from sneaker racks to sneaker cleaning products. Perhaps most notably, entire digital platforms have emerged that enable the purchasing, selling, and in some cases, fractionalizing of sneakers. Online marketplaces like StockX, Stadium Goods, and GOAT have also contributed to the growth of the sneaker market by providing transparency and a secure platform for sneaker transactions. These platforms allow buyers and sellers to see the current market value of a particular sneaker and ensure that transactions are secure and authenticated, enabling easy trade and creating a more efficient market for sneaker transactions. Traditional brick-and-mortar retailers are also buying into the prowess of the secondary sneaker market. In February 2019, Foot Locker announced that it had made a $100 million investment in the GOAT Group, one of the leading resale sneaker companies. At the heart of the proposition that sneakers could be alternative asset classes is the concept of hype culture. This phenomenon is driven by a number of factors, including the release of limited edition to rare sneaker models, celebrity endorsements, and marketing campaigns. Sneaker brands like Nike, Adidas, and Puma often create hype around their new releases by limiting the production of certain models, collaborating with popular designers or celebrities, and generating buzz through social media and marketing campaigns. This creates a sense of exclusivity and desirability among consumers, which drives up demand, and in doing so, drives up the prices on the secondary market. Collectors and investors alike see sneakers as a way to diversify their portfolios and potentially earn a return on their investments over time. As the sneaker market continues to grow and evolve, it is clear that sneakers are more than just a simple piece of footwear. They are culturally rich artifacts that motivate us to consume, dream, and covet in one of the most fascinating and fashionable real-world examples of hype and artificial scarcity. Providing a bedrock for a soon-to-be $100 billion global market, it's clear that sneakers have become an alternate asset class similar to art and wine. Sneakers have been an important part of hip-hop, primarily Pumas, Nike and Adidas, and rock and roll, with Converse and Vans, cultures since the 1970s. Hip-hop artists signed multi-million-dollar deals with major brands such as Nike, Adidas, or Puma to promote their shoes. Sneaker collectors, called sneakerheads, regard sneakers as fashionable items. Sneaker companies encourage this trend by producing rare sneakers in limited numbers, often at very high retail prices. Artistically modified sneakers can sell for upwards of $1,000 at exclusive establishments like Saks Fifth Avenue. In 2005, a documentary, Just for Kicks, about the sneaker phenomenon and history was released. Now, others want a piece of the market too. Hypebeast, a Hong Kong-founded digital media company that began as a sneaker blog, is now a leading global brand for contemporary lifestyle and culture and e-commerce platforms, announcing its plans to go public to help fund its own sneaker resale platform. According to their website, Hypebeast announced a merger with a special purpose acquisition company, Iron Spark One Inc., which, upon anticipated closing, will make Hypebeast a publicly traded company on Nasdaq. Notable investors, including Tom Brady, Kevin Durant, Naomi Osaka, Adam Levine, and Tony Hawk, have been a part of this process. Since 2016, Hypebeast has been listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange under the stock code 0150.HK and is expected to be dual listed on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol $HYPE in the third quarter of 2022. Tell us your favorite sneaker brands. Let us see what we have in common. If you've liked this video, then hit the like button, subscribe, and press the bell icon to never miss another video from us.